Uh, Ethan, at the weekend, you got the opener and then Sydney got that run on of 6 goals. How do you deal with that on the field? John Longmire said that was probably the reason you ended up losing the game. Justin, sorry. How do you kind of deal with that on the field as a side?
Yeah, it was certainly a challenge. We jumped into the game probably exactly how we wanted to. And then their run of 4 or 5 goals, which ultimately probably cost us at the end of the game. But it's just about building the consistency from the start of the game through the whole first quarter, and then we can reset at quarter time and go again from there. So, it was a little bit disappointing, but we just need to steady ourselves and look to keep going.
Who do you look to on the field when that kind of stuff happens? Who's the key person that you go, all right, let's follow this lad along and make sure we can get our own run on the board?
Well, I don't think we leave it up to one individual. As a line group, especially down back, we try and connect together. We're a 6v6 down there, so everyone needs to play their part. And then I'm sure that's the exact same up the field.
When you compare where you are now to when you played Geelong last time and beat them and you went on to beat Melbourne the next game, like since then it hasn't gone well, it's fair to say. Well, what's gone wrong since that match, do you feel?
Oh, look, I'm not sure there's one particular thing. We're still trying to build our way at that point throughout the season. So we're looking to go again this weekend. I think we can take some confidence out of the last time we played them. And certainly last year when we played them down in Geelong, I think we played the ground well there. We can defend well, and then we'll look to attack through their ball movement.
There aren't too many teams that have a good record against Geelong. You said you guys do. So what is it about the way you played against them that you feel has helped you?
I think our defence last year were able to turn the ball over front of centre, which gives you a good percentage of scoring from there. So I think we'll look to do that again this weekend. A few other things of our ball movement. I think in the second half really sped up this weekend. So we'll look to transfer that again going into the Geelong game.
It'll be your 100th game. I guess, what do you look back on and think is the highlight of your career so far?
I think, as probably most players are, playing your first game, it's a real milestone up until that point of your whole football journey. Then throughout there, it's just there's been plenty of ups and downs and building back from adversity, playing in some special wins. So I think once the season's over, I can look back on my previous 99 games to this point and hopefully continue to build whatever the rest of my career entails.
Persistence has been such a hallmark of your career, just continually backing up and trying to. You haven't been guaranteed a game a lot of that time. What's been the key to you being able to sustain, whereas others may have fallen away under the pressures of that?
Yeah, I think one of the key points that I've sort of focused on is to keep myself fit and available and ready for selection. You never know when you're going to be called upon. And I think we've showed that this year with a few injuries that we've had some good form with players playing it down at Peel. They're able to slot into the side, and I think for me, that's really what I focus on over the past few years.
Is versatility be important for you because you can play so many different spots?
I'd like to think so. At the start of this year, I was playing in the wing role, which then got shuffled down to the back line, which I think for me was a lot more comfortable at that stage. But being versatile, playing talls and smalls down back, being able to get up into the wing, run up and down, support our forwards, and get back and support our backs. So I think adding a few extra elements to my game can really help out me.
So to Boo 2015, played every game 2020, played every game this year. You've been in the waffle at other points. Has it been an anxious sort of life trying to deal with the uncertainty of AFL footy?
Certainly it has at some stages, but I think being able to build back from adversity throughout the 2018 season, I played a fair bit of waffle footy in that year, which I knew coming to the 2019 season that I needed to change a few things, and then I played a fair bit of footy that year, and then from then on I was able to string a few games together, which helped with consistency, helped with my mindset, and then certainly going to this year I had to restructure a few things from playing a lot of waffle footy last year, feeling a bit more comfortable out there. So I think it's just something that I'll keep building forward, looking to the future and do some self-planning essentially.
Looking at the overall up and down nature of this season for you guys and sort of the changes that occurred over the off season with the list, do you think it might be a case of taking one step back this year in order to take multiple steps forward next year and on from there?
I think with the beauty of we've got a lot of young players playing this year, which gives them experience. It can develop them, can fast track their development. We're not just waiting for their natural progression to, become better footballers and better people. It's, they're getting real life experience out there. So I think we can, really take some strong learnings out of that, what we've got this year.
And do you sort of look at, like for instance with Richmond in 2016, Melbourne with 2019, when they had success, took a bit of a drop and then went on to have success after that? Do you sort of look at those examples and think, we can get on a roll again, next year and onwards?
Yeah, I think we've certainly got the core list of players that won a lot of games of football last year, so we can take a lot of confidence from that. We'll certainly look to reset once the season's done this year, and go again. We'll look for another strong pre-season, put more Ks in the legs. As I touched on before, we've got more games into the younger blokes, and they're just going to take all the learnings that they've learnt this year.
Alex Pearce has been heavily criticised, with some suggesting he shouldn't be the captain of the club. Can you tell us your thoughts on Alex as a leader?
I think the leadership vote spoke for itself when we had 100% of players voting for him to be in the leadership group and be ultimate captain. So there's a lot of confidence around him. So we fully back him. He's got our support, and he'll look to keep going for the rest of this year and future years going on.
We're still waiting on an update on Sean Darcy at the moment. Can you tell us a bit about Sean and how important he is, particularly to the locker room atmosphere?
Yeah, he certainly provides a bit around the playing group on and off field. So he's certainly a number one ruckman, but with Luke Jackson there, it provides a different option. He's a sort of run and jump type operator, where Sean, is a big body. He can move some opposition players. So certainly it's a bit of a loss for us, but not too sure on when he will be back. So we'll see what happens.
You've got a fair run into the end of the season now, some really top teams coming up. What do you have to get from the remaining games to try to build into next year when you're playing some really good teams?
Yeah, keep building on what we've done in the first part of this season. As you spoke about before, we had a tough run pre-bye, which had a couple of strong sides there, and we were able to get over the top of them. So we'll look to review what we've done earlier in the year, and we're trying to consistently build our brand of football that we want to play.
Finals are looking very unlikely now. Do you feel defeated as a team that this season looks to be done?
I don't think so. We're still trying to build of what we've worked on earlier this year. We've had a long pre-season. We've worked on a few things. Try to change up a few things from last year. Some things work, some things don't. But we'll look to finish off these 5 or 6 games that are left in this season, and we'll go from there.
Just on your personal game, your 100th coming up, is there anyone in your career, your teammate or a mentor or a coach that's really influenced you the most, especially through coming in and out of the side of it?
There's been a lot of players over my journey that I've worked closely with. Certainly the development coaches. I had Roger Hayden when I first started, Michael Pryor, which was the assistant coach, and then Matthew Boyd at the moment, where I'm working really close with those guys. They've backed me in most weeks, so I'm really glad for their support. And I think looking back after this weekend, I can go and thank a lot of people and get around them and help them. Thanks for my support, really.